What's up, BiggerPockets? Alex Felice here. Today I'm going to tell you about the perfect house hack in a big city. My friend Kelly, we met over the BiggerPockets forum, which is a testament to that community and how you can use it to leverage your network and meet great, fantastic people with amazing stories. Today, Kelly is going to tell you about a house hack she did in Baltimore. It's a fantastic house. She got the downstairs tenants to pay for all of it, which is incredible. And she's going to tell you that it's easy, which sounds implausible. And she's going to tell you the numbers and how she paid for it and everything you really want to know. My friend Kelly Marburger, we're going to meet her right now.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm here in Baltimore, Maryland. I just bought my first house hack, this amazing building, 120 years old. I'm super excited about it. I love yoga. I teach acro yoga on the side. I got into real estate. There's so many reasons. I came from a family of architects, developers, planners, and brokers. And it was kind of in my blood. I moved to Baltimore 13 years ago and I saw these beautiful houses and I was like, I'm gonna buy one of those houses in the city. And I realized how expensive they were. And I was like, why don't I just buy a fourplex? Because there's so many of them. And it was a little bit more challenging than I thought, but when it happened, it's been amazing. And you know, I don't pay anything for rent. I'm able to like put that money back into the house or put that money back into another investment. When I started getting into investing, I was like, I had a little inkling about it. I started Googling stuff. I wanted to know more and I found BP just in a Google search and I was like, wow, this website has a lot of information and they're not trying to sell something, and that was amazing. So I started using it a lot. I started listening to the podcast because I was super busy working like over 8 hours a day. So I would just listen to the podcast on the way to work, on the way home from work. And I was learning so much from that. And then when I started getting in, you know, ready to buy my first house hack, I started seeing the calculators, and that was really what gave me the confidence to go into a deal. I could use those calculators and I used them on every house that I analyzed. BP has been amazing, and then now like the journey has been interesting because it started out like more the podcast and it's still that, and the calculators, which I'm still using. And now I'm really connecting with people because I have more confidence. So people have been reaching out to me like, who am I? But it's been great. And I've been, you know, even just a phone call with somebody, even if, you know, you're not going to talk to them maybe for another month, but you have that connection, which is awesome. So I've been really loving, I love BP. So we're going to go through my house. There's 4 units, one I live in. So we'll see the other 3 a little bit. They're occupied. And then we'll go up to my house. We'll tell you a little bit about what I've done. Cool. So this is a big hallway. I'm really excited about how much space is in here, and we are redoing some of the steps and we're gonna paint and it's gonna look phenomenal. It looks crazy in here. Ah! Finding the house hack was definitely difficult. I went through a lot of properties. I put offers on properties. I went through 3 different agents till I got to the agent that really worked for me as an investor and looking for a house hack. This, you know, it's kind of a specific thing. So it took me a long time, but it was worth it. And sticking it out with like the support from BP and other people around me really helped me get to that point where I was able to find the house, found the right one. It's worked out amazing. So I'll run through the numbers real quick. I paid $430 for it. I used an FHA loan, so that was great. I only had to put 3.5% down, so about 20 grand. And right now, when I moved in, the rents weren't totally covering the mortgage, but then I was able to raise the rent a little bit. I didn't want to raise the rent on a tenant like, hey, I just bought your building, I'm gonna raise your rent. And they were good tenants, so you know, I kept it where it was. But when they moved out, I was able to raise the rent. So that means that the bottom, there's 2 apartments, one rents for $650, the other one's $1,000, and then the second floor is $1,200. So together we're getting $2,850 for income, and then my mortgage is actually $2,870, so I pay $20. I'm hoping eventually to raise the rent a little bit more, probably on the small studio downstairs. So starting out and trying to get my first house was definitely a challenge, and there were some key things that really helped me get there. Number one was my team. I really, you know, I was new, I barely knew anyone, but finding at least a few connections at first and then slowly growing that is really important. Your agent is really important. Friends, people on BP, people that are gonna support you. Not even just people that are gonna like actually help you buy, you know, like an agent to buy that deal, but somebody that's gonna say, go for it, keep trying. Those were the really important people. So number 2, super important for me, was being a little obsessed. I'm a bit of a workaholic, and that really paid off with real estate. I, you know, found certain things that I really wanted to focus on, and I was just like honing in on them, and every day up late at night working on this stuff. And not everybody's like that, and not everyone's obsessed with everything. So if you find something that you are a little obsessed with, lean into that. Keep going with that. It's gonna definitely pay off, and especially in this real estate world. So number 3, this is probably one of the most important to me, being okay with failing, because everyone's going to fail. And I wake up in the morning and I remind myself, like, you're gonna screw up. It's gonna happen. It's okay. I'm kind of a perfectionist, so it's been really hard for me, but that's kind of my mantra. You're gonna screw up. I mean, things are always gonna happen. You're never gonna be perfect. There's not a real estate jail. You're gonna be okay. I'm Kelly. I just bought my first house, and somebody else is gonna pay for it. It's not that complicated. I did it. You can do it. Go do it.